Alright, we are back after some weird technical difficulties that are just freaky. But whatever.
Yeah, like completely unexpected. And we are in the defendant lobby number 3, ready to continue.
Mr. Powers,
Yes?
tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So, who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
Yeah, it doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we going to do?
We do what we do every time. Blame someone else! First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. See?
Like a child.
No. We can
Right.
basically confirm it wasn't a child, just from the height.
True.
A second or third grader couldn't even fit in the costume. It has to be an
That's-
adult.
That's true. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
It was clearly the second grader. I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick. It's time.
Way to be, optimistic there. Ah, I'm not optimistic. You're fucked. Sorry. Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Please don't sigh like that.
Please don't sniff like that. Don't worry, I'll just blame somebody else for it. Like Old Bag. 'Cause I hate her
Court will
voice.
now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else who could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed the crime. And we shall all keep slamming our desks until otherwise.
Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent.
You literally accused me last month.
Yeah? If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder?
Okay. So we can guarantee it's not the grade school boy.
Yeah.
We clearly can see a limp.
Yeah.
And according to Old Bag's testimony, the assistant would have no idea about that.
Yeah.
So, assuming she was tall enough to wear it, which is hard to tell with pictures, even if we assume she was wearing it, she wouldn't have a limp.
Yeah.
So out of those three, it has to be the security lady.
That's who I think it is as well, but yeah, she's probably gonna... Edgeworth is gonna be very angry at this, but I think we have to pick security lady.
I mean, the other two just don't make sense in the situation. The grade school boy he's a 10-year-old. He can't fit in that to begin with.
Yeah.
So assuming she's telling the truth so that the assistant also doesn't know about the limp, and the picture clearly shows something, the only one out of those three is the security lady.
That's what I think as well.
It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? Oh god, that voice. The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Old Bag.
What? Whippersnapper?
Save me.
Order! Order! Is this true, Old Bag?
Old Bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. Okay, so, I'm not sure. I've heard that in the lore, he is legitimately related to Sherlock Holmes.
Oh my god.
Now, whether he knows that's a different story, but apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong, and we'll probably go through the entire series at some point. We'll probably find that out.
Hopefully.
That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this whole thing away? Or take this the whole way? Press further.
Yeah,
I'm giving Granny here a break. She doesn't deserve it. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. Bought me some time. Hell yeah. No hard feelings, I hope.
Oh, I hate you, whippersnapper! Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased.
He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it?
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
What? Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it not to, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elder stay, you whippersnappers?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? The spear is heavy.
But it doesn't say that.
That's true. The key, the key card. The card, the key
No,
thing.
but remember, there's a way to get in via a grate.
Yeah, but that's not into the studio.
Yeah, it is.
That's into the employee area.
Is it the employee? Oh, it is the employee area.
Yeah.
A stupid phone! Stop going off.
So I'm thinking it's the card key. Also, the boy could not have fit in the costume either, but...
No, all three of these work.
I'm gonna say the card key, though.
You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder. I mean, they said earlier that the weapon is just too big and too heavy. He also couldn't fit in the suit.
Yeah, that too.
I don't think it's the card key.
It's probably not the card key, then.
I think it has to be one of these two. I just don't know which one.
I'm thinking it might be the spear. If it's not the spear, it's definitely the photograph, though.
It has to be one of those two, as proof.
Like, that boy couldn't fit in that costume.
No, but at the same
Seriously.
time, I doubt the boy could also lift an apparently heavy spear.
Yeah.
Because that's a good-sized spear. If that's an average male, then that's 5-something feet.
Yeah.
That spear is probably a good 6 to 7 feet. And if it's apparently heavy... But then, at the same time, would the boy have known?
No, the boy would not have known. Plus, the boy could not fit in that costume.
That's what... It's one of these two. I just don't know which it is.
I think it's the photograph. Because it would probably say heavy on the spear if that was...
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Your Honor. This is probably not right. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Oh, yes it is. Cool.
Okay.
The very spear is shown here in this photo. How could that boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see.
Do we?
Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
Ruff.
The windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend the proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please sign out more about your witness. The Windy, what was her name? Something Allback, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this Allback before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait a second!
Oh no.
I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking.
Oh great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Mrs. Oldback, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
For the 15th time, yes, I have, Your Honor.
Oh no.
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about...
By whom?
Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? That's actually a first right there.
That's actually a shock. Well, testify.
Save me.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Oh my god.
Miss Oldback. This is crucial information. Want you to keep this from the court until now.
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old back.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
I am so sorry, Your Honor. Save me. They wanted to keep quiet about something. Let's just press that. So you were told not to talk.
That's right, by the studio, the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Some other people at the studios on that day.
Yeah, and who were these people?
Who were they?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director?
We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So, where were these people? I mean, I don't know much about these things, so...
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Oh. Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? I never looked
Yeah,
at the
because you have a
map!
Well, if you look at the guide map, stupid whippersnapper. Here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but...
There might be something else we can glean.
Well, we know the director and the producer were there. Yeah, screw it. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? May as well. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder?
I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it, and they gave me a little bonus on the side.
Oh,
That
so you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Why does it keep doing this?
Probably because, just so you can.
I guess there's no harm in getting as much information as I can.
Okay, so there's just everything.
Oh, that
done,
is
yeah.
the last of it.
It's just if you want to refresh, I think.
Alright, then let me just press this and then end it. Wait,
I'll kill this woman, I swear it.
Wait.
There was something else there, actually.
there was new stuff?
Yep.
Can I go back?
I hope so.
Oh, I thought it was just a copy. Oh, I feel so sorry for Edgeworth. Almost. She really let him hang on this one. Hold on.
So it's the one if you go one back, that one.
Was it that one? They said they had
Yeah.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and then the one there. That's the one.
Okay, let's go back. So they were actually in the studio.
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
I'll kill this woman, I swear it.
I agree, Edgeworth. I don't really feel bad for you, though. Alright.
And then that's the last one.
Them? Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director?
We should have known. Yeah, so this is just the same. Okay.
How could they have done a blah,
We
blah,
could have
blah,
done a
blah?
run through of their action scene without a director. Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. Stupid kids.
Yeah, so it's just, yeah, we've already seen this.
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Studio 2 trailer. Okay.
Yeah, we've already seen all the two stuff. Okay, so yeah, I think we have all the information. we can
Yeah,
glean
we've
from
gotten
this.
everything now.
Well, Mr. Wright, we'd like to continue your cross-examination.
I've asked it all. Take a break. Your Honor, we have learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's points. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Olbach, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor.
Poor Edgeworth.
This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Wilpowers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Are we sure? Is it actually adjourned?
Yes. October 18th, 1:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright.
Why didn't you tell me they were there?
I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Grin. I'm not sure how to do a grin.
You don't know how to grin? Come on, man.
Well, it's more like how to make the sound of a grin, because it doesn't have a sound. Oh, you should...
We'll be going.
No, that's you.
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, Have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windback?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windback. I feel kind of sorry for her.
Don't. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right. We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Okay.
goodness. Alright, I'm just cutting the episode here. A little shorter of an episode, but yeah. See you next time.